Hi Cancerians, welcome to your weekly check-in for the 26th of November to the 2nd of December. So these messages are for Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising. Thank you very much to anyone and everyone who likes, shares, comments on the video, subscribes to the channel. All of it is greatly appreciated. If you want to book a personal reading, please see the description box below the video for information on how to do that. So these are the oracle decks I'm going to be using for today's reading. We're going to start off with a message from this book, or this deck should I say, Black Moon Lilith Cosmic Alchemy Oracle, which is a real mouthful. This is a new deck that I've purchased, and I've had it for probably about a week now, and I've found it brilliant. I've connected with it instantly. The author is an astrologer, so she brings a lot of astrology into it, so I'm learning a lot from it. She is focused in particular on Black Moon Lilith in this deck. And she gives real life examples of people that a lot of us know, and how the energies of the planets have played a role in their lives as well in certain situations. So it's been really interesting using this. So we'll see what comes out for that. And just to point out as well, we have a full moon on the 27th, Monday the 27th of November. And you might want to consider the messages or something that comes out in this reading as something that can help you if you want to set any intentions for release, because the full moons are often about release. So if there's anything you want to release around the full moon, you might want to use the messages to help with setting any intentions with that, or it might confirm any intentions that you've been thinking about setting. So first of all, what is the theme for Cancerians from this deck? So we have Queen Jezebel, magnetic role witch. So this message has come out once when I've used it, and I think I actually quite liked it. So it's like dark divine feminine energy, this deck is. I don't mean dark as in evil, but yeah, you'll get it when I read it, hopefully, when I read the message. So I'll read the message first, and then I'll get your tarot cards out. So number 21. It says, Queen Jezebel wants to show you how to stand in your divinity. When this card shows up, you may face opposition and conflict around who you are. Betrayal from others can sting the soul, but you are finally able to see yourself. You have the magical power to command and create your reality. Take time to practice beauty or grooming rituals, upgrade your wardrobe, and allow yourself to feel good. We can look to a plethora of ancient cultures that adorn themselves with makeup, headpieces, jewels, and perfumes as an example of this aesthetic image. Magic, should I say. Jezebel energy has only been demonized because it represents witchy feminine power, your magic, presence, and magnetism. Like the ancient wild goddess Lilith, Jezebel's story is tragic and steeped in allegory. Jezebel was a pagan Phoenician, and I've probably said that wrong, queen in the 9th century BC who was featured in the Bible, and her existence has been proven through anthropological research. She was a foreign princess who then married and became the consort to the king of Israel, Ahab. In Jezebel's time, Phoenician women enjoyed more freedom and were considered equal to men. As such, she was able to practice ritual magic and worshipped pagan deities like Asherah and Baal. However, because of this, her new kingdom considered her evil. Her life ended in an extremely tragic way because of her unwillingness to accept the kingdom's one God. Not only was her king killed, but she was thrown out of a window, trampled by horses, and eaten by dogs. She is a dark, divine feminine deity who was vilified like Lilith, Asherah, and Mary Magdalene. Fast forward to modern days, and Jezebel is a colloquial term associated with immoral women, harlotry, seduction, disobedience, and sin. The name serves to promote the unjust suppression of women, witchcraft, and paganism. The key to tapping into the energy of Queen Jezebel is to not be afraid of your witchy essence, charm, and beauty. And finally, it says, you are regal and divine. Do not allow others to shame you out of your magical shine. So, yep, you can see how deep she gets with her messages and how she uses examples of things that have been studied, mythology. She uses literal people in our time as well, like Britney Spears has come up in one of her messages, and yeah, it's quite interesting. So let's see what your theme is from the tarot. So Cancerian, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What's your theme from the tarot, please? Theme for Cancer from the tarot. So we have the King of Cups, and the Five of Swords. And for me, that kind of goes pretty perfectly with this, because as we say about the King of Cups, he can be emotionally reserved. Although he has those deep emotions, he's reserved with them. He's cautious about who he shares them with. And to be honest, with a Five of Swords energy around you, if that is other people, you would want to be reserved, wouldn't you? That's people that oppose you, isn't it? It's people who are against you, people who can oppose you, could potentially be people who are jealous, conflict overall. So your energy specifically, how are you dealing with things? Do you feel like you can be yourself? That's the first question that comes to mind. So you've got the Ace of Cups. Oh, wow. Ace of Cups, that's self-love. I mean, I know I've talked about the Ace of Cups feeling a lot like self-love, but with the Nine of Pentacles as well. I mean, the Nine of Pentacles can be considered to be like self-care. It's kind of like being in your own little world, isn't it, as well? So that's how you're dealing with things. If you have faced opposition and people who have opposed you, rejected you, treated you like shit in general, you probably are this King of Cups, kind of, in a way, for the most part at the minute, but you are caring for yourself, acknowledging yourself. So any external or surrounding energies, please. We've got the Three of Cups. Okay, that's interesting. That is very, very interesting, because it's an external energy, so it can be other people. And the Three of Cups is an energy of support, isn't it? So although you may have people who are this Five of Swords, the ones that oppose you and are nasty to you, you may also have people who are on your side as well with that Three of Cups. You may have people who you feel that you can be yourself with, who genuinely do care. Let's get some guidance as well. You've got the Moon, okay. You may question who you can trust with that Moon card coming up there. But let's have a look. Let's see what the clarifiers say. So clarifying the King of Cups and Five of Swords. So clarify the King of Cups and the Five of Swords, please. Let's try that again. King of Cups, they're kind of trying to jump, but they don't want to come out, do they? King of Cups and Five of Swords, please. So we've got the Six of Cups. That flipped really weirdly, but I trust it. You've got, oh, definitely about other people in this. You're getting a similar read to Aquarius, but theirs was mega complicated. Like literally, I've done their reading and I'm still baffled in a way. Like stuff came out that was interesting, but it just felt kind of disconnected. But anyway, yeah, you might be considering past, because sometimes I see the Six of Cups in readings as like childhood friends or past relationships, past friendships. I mean, it is the past in general. It's next to the Two of Cups as well. So is there anybody in your past? Oh, yeah, okay. I don't know, I have to get dramatic like that, but has someone from your past that you've had conflict with before reappeared? That's one possibility, and I don't usually predict like that, but that is something that comes to mind. There may be something here about proving yourself to someone from your past, and it might not be about literally proving yourself to them. It might be about proving yourself to yourself, if that makes sense. So say if someone you've had conflict with in the past reappears in your life for whatever reason now, it's like if you haven't stood up to them before, or they don't know who you are now, and they haven't seen this new version of you, if there is a new version of you, it may be something of having to stand up to them now, and that's how you would prove yourself to yourself, prove that you've grown, I guess is one way of putting it. Anything else? For that Five of Swords, because the King of Cups can be, for me, he represents emotional maturity, emotional intelligence. Yeah, emotional maturity and emotional intelligence. So maybe there's some way that you've matured emotionally as well, that you're now able to deal with this bullshit, to be frank. You've got the Star. I mean, the Star is a card of, can be a card of healing, can't it? As well as hope and faith. It can be a card of healing too. I mean, this can be where If you have had shitty relationships in the past, again, this is connected to the Aquarius reading. You may have Aquarius as your sun, moon, and rising, so you might want to check that out. To be frank, Aquarius should watch your reading because your reading is probably a version of their reading that makes more sense. But yeah, it can be a card of hope as well. So it would be where you, even if you've had shitty connections, bonds, friendships, whatever with people in the past, it's still having that faith in humanity, I think is what I said in Aquarius's reading. Anything else? So you have now the Chariot, the Nine of Pentacles. Wow, that's interesting. Right, I'm going to get one for that Nine of Pentacles. I think these are reasonably clear, but let's look at the Nine of Pentacles. Get one more. Shit, dropped half the cards. You may have come out of a comfort zone. I'm going to try that again. If you were in a comfort zone where, when shit went down with people, where there's been conflicts and disagreements, you kind of backed away. And, you know, with Cancer, the traits that we can associate with Cancer is that you go into your shell if you feel threatened, or if you're hurt, which there's nothing wrong with that. I can completely understand that. You may have gotten to a point in life where you're like, if somebody messes with me, why should I hide away? I should come out and face them. So with that Nine of Pentacles, it's a comfort zone, isn't it? That would be a comfort zone of going into yourself and backing away from people. You might have come out of your shell now and be like, no, if anybody messes with me, then they're going to get ripped a new arsehole. Well, might not be that dramatic. That's just me being dramatic. But yeah, because there's a transformation there. And as I say, the Nine of Pentacles, yes, it can be a card of liberation and stuff like that for me as well. And independence too. But it can be a comfort zone. So in reverse, and with the Death card, it could be that you've come out of a comfort zone of that. Again, growth with that Chariot. That's kind of making me think growth. You may have healed something or learned something about the way you connect with people. Oh, wow, that does make sense, actually, because... So we've got the Five of Cups there. That's where it's loss, isn't it? It's loss, it's grieving, it's hurt. So I've been saying a lot recently that in the Five of Cups, the Two of Cups for me is like the Two of Cups there. But in this one, the person's holding the cups up. So it's like usually in the Five of Cups, the person's got their back turned to the Two Cups, so they can't see that there can still be connections there, that there is still hope. This one's holding the Two Cups. So they are aware that there's still something left that can be, it might not be resolved. I mean, it could be reconciliation, but maybe it's just to say that, again, that whole faith in humanity. Yeah, Three Cups have spilled out, because the Three Cups for me can represent the Three of Cups, but where it's spilled out, where relationships have gone to shit, basically. But this one recognizes that there are still Two Cups there, so you still have the capacity to bond with people. So again, as I say, you may have grown or transformed in some way where you are now. Rather than sort of writing everybody off and thinking, oh my God, everybody treats me like shit, I just want to keep away from everyone. It might be like, well, no, okay, that particular person was a piece of shit or treated me like a piece of shit, but that doesn't mean everybody else is a piece of shit. There are plenty of other people in the world who are genuinely loving and caring and that I can connect with and have common ground with. So your reading really is very similar. I feel like Aquarius needs to watch this because this makes sense. Theirs was the same thing, very similar, but a massive jumble of information. So yeah, right. So I'll put these back. I think that's it. That's all I want to say for that. Let me just have a look at that Six of Cups. I don't know if it'll help anything, to be honest, because I feel like what I've just said makes, yeah, standing up for yourself, isn't it? You may have learned now to stand up for yourself more, and you may have more of a sense of self-love for yourself if people are nasty towards you. Yep, I'm leaving it there. That's enough. I wish I'd done your reading before Aquarius's, then theirs probably would have made sense, because I genuinely feel like they are connected. So I might put a note in there, if depending on how the rest of your reading goes, I might put a message in there in their video saying watch the Cancerian video, it's very similar but clearer. Anyway, right, Ace of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. As I said, it feels like self-care, self-love. So you have, right, you've got the Three of Swords. That's where you've been hurt, clearly. However, you have the Empress. You've got the Four of Cups. That's a Cancerian card as well. Let's see what follows on from that. The Tower. And what's the final card, please? Wow, that's like awakening vibes, isn't it, with the Tower and the Hanged Man? I mean, if not awakening vibes, then with the Four of Cups, it's definitely learning a lesson through dramatic events. But as I say, your energy is the Ace of Cups and Nine of Pentacles, so it's like you're taking care of yourself, right? So Three of Swords, Empress. To me, whether you've been hurt recently or this is all past hurt, this is having the capacity to kind of heal and overcome that and nurture yourself through it. And what else was I going to say? There was something else I was going to say. Yeah, again, still having faith, still having that Empress energy, that even if people have hurt you, you're not writing off the whole of humanity. You can still be generous and giving and loving and share yourself with the world, with people, without focusing on the fact that you were hurt in the past. The Four of Cups, Tower, and the Hangman, it could just be the lessons you've learned, to be honest. Let's look at because the Four of Cups for me, as I said, it's more about deep contemplation. This particular Four of Cups is more about deep contemplation than the whole rejection, apathy, rejecting opportunities type energy. So let's look at the Tower briefly. And that Empress, for me, it's being able to be yourself, isn't it? No matter what happens, it's like, well, I'm still just going to be me. I'm still going to do me. But right, Page of Cups, Temperance, the Moon. Okay, let's just get one more after that Moon card. Yeah, again, I think it's the lessons. It's just the lessons that have been learned. So you've got the Page of Cups there. I mean, that's still, it's a sense of innocence, isn't it? Like the Page of Cups is emotional expression. This is the weirdest Page of Cups I've ever seen in my entire life. But it's still maintaining that sense of purity and innocence. Well, purity is a bit of an exaggeration, but innocence, that even, again, same thing, even if you've been hurt, shit's gone down, you still have that sense of, well, I'm not going to write everybody off. I have to move on. And yeah, it doesn't happen overnight at all, but you still have that in you. You're able to heal. You're able to create balance again, harmony. You've got the Moon there, which is the unknown. I'd say you're able to, I feel like it's being able to kind of do a bit of a deep dive and address the emotions and see the truth in what's happened. And to gain a new truth from it, and then being willing to still go out into the world and express yourself as you need to. I mean, this could be something, this might be a work in progress. I often say that if this isn't exactly where you are, then this is what is a process that's happening for you. I'll get one for the Hanged Man, although I don't know if it's worth it because I feel like I've covered everything. It just feels like growth. I mean, the Hanged Man is spiritual growth, spiritual development. The Hermit's about that too. It's about seeking knowledge and evolution, isn't it? Let's get one more. Three of Wands, Seven of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. So, I mean, the Three of Wands for me is a card of intention, setting intentions. It's the energy you put out into the world. The Seven of Cups, it can be confusion, but it can also be that whole thing of whatever dream I want to pursue, is it worth pursuing? The different perspectives, it's feelings, isn't it? How you feel about whatever it is you want to do, what you want to pursue. And then the Ten of Pentacles is your long-term stability. So again, it's sort of learning through things about... maybe you've learned through all the past hurts you've experienced what intentions you want to set going out into the world, and what long-term stability means to you, what your foundation is, what your legacy, what you want your legacy to be. That all plays a role in how you move on your soul's path, doesn't it? So as I say, I'll leave that there. And I would say that Ten of Pentacles as well, it's how do I want to put it? You know, the relationships, because the Ten of Pentacles is not usually solitary, is it? There are usually, for the most part, loads of people in it. Like, who are the people that genuinely stand by you long term? That comes to mind with that as well. So I'm going to look at next the external energy, which is the Three of Cups. So as I said, I feel like that could be the people that are still there, the people that are still there for you, the people that still stand by you, that still care. You recognize that if you've ever been in a state before, again, where you were hurt and you wrote everybody off and just thought, oh, well, everybody's going to treat me like shit. You may have grown and you're now at a point where it's like you recognize, like, you've moved away from that. You know, the previous Five of Cups I said, like in most decks, the person has their back turned on the two cups behind them. This feels like it's now where you've grown to that other Five of Cups where the person still is holding the two cups in front of them. You're acknowledging who's still there, that everybody is not against you, kind of thing. So Three of Cups, Nine of Wands. I mean, that is a protective, defensive energy, but let's see what follows on from that. Again, that's that nasty Five of Swords energy, the unpleasant energy of people who oppose you, people who are against you, competition, arguments with people. Page of Pentacles. Right, we've got the Four of Pentacles, again, a very protective energy. Six of Wands, and then that would be the people that, so you've got very opposites here. You've got the protective energy here where you feel like everyone's against you. And there at the end, you've got that Six of Wands where it's the people that genuinely respect you and see you for who you are. So I think this Page of Pentacles is key here in the middle. So I'm going to clarify that. I think that's where you've learned. This may be where you've learned. Let's have a look. Page of Pentacles. And you may have learned this. The relevance of that Three of Cups may be that part of the process of learning this has been through the people that still support you, seeing them still being there for you and still supporting you and still caring for you, kind of may have had an impact and made you realize, oh, actually, there are people that genuinely care, and not like an overnight thing, but like over time, over many things that have happened, many events that have happened. You may recognize the people that are genuinely still there, that you can still count on. So Page of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. I mean, that's a supporter, isn't it? I know we talk about the King of Pentacles as being a businessman and money and blah, blah, blah. But I keep saying it. He's very nurturing. He's a very stable, grounded, practically supportive person. He's the one that would be there for life as a friend. Anything else? Magician, King of Swords. So for me, again, this Page of Pentacles, I feel this represents you. This energy of learning about friendships and the value, because the Pentacles are about value as well, aren't they? The value of genuine connections and relationships with people. The King of Swords is the advisor. So again, if that's a friend, that's someone that will always be honest with you. They will help to guide you. On its own, it might be a little bit too stern, so that's why you would need the other kings with that as well, or the other court cards with that to balance it out. You've got the Magician there. To me, that feels like it's kind of where you're inspired by these people, and it's inspired by a sense of they lead by example. And they also encourage you as well, and that kind of builds your confidence, because the Magician can be a card of confidence and making you feel very capable. So I would say that the support of others as an external energy may have helped you to learn, to grow, to learn, to feel more supported, to feel like you can stand up for yourself, to feel more capable. Let me just, out of curiosity, look at that Four of Pentacles. Because I feel like I mean, it's discernment, isn't it? It can be discernment where you're learning who to protect yourself against. But also, yeah, it's also who you can trust as well. Yeah, discernment. You've got the Two of Swords there. Seven of Pentacles, that's that is it worth it? So if people come into your life, it's assessing, having a better sense of assessment and judgment of, is that person trustworthy? Do I need to protect myself with them? Can I open up to them? Same thing with that Two of Swords. And then the Ace of Cups is like a double-edged, it's not a sword, but you know what I mean? So on the one hand, there's the self-care side. So it's two truths, actually. It's the one side of looking out for yourself, self-care, self-love. But then the other side of the Ace of Cups is, well, this is also what I have to offer to the people that are genuinely worthy of it, in your eyes, who genuinely do seem like they they have something positive, they can offer a positive experience with you. So I'll leave that there. Let's get on to your advice. And as I say, if you're not here already, this might be what you're learning at present. In terms of full moon intentions, if I was gonna, what would I release? You know, this is a weird one because with this reading, it feels more like something that you would set for the new moon. Like for me, I'm not saying this is what you have to do, but if I was going to set an intention in this kind of reading with what's come out, my intention would be, I want to be more discerning. So for the full moon, let's look at the advice. I mean, I guess the thing that you could release with the full moon is a lack, if there's any remnants of lack of trust or anything like that with people, or fears, because the moon can represent fears, is to be able to release that. And if you're not 100% at the point where you fully feel like you can stand up for yourself against anyone or a specific person or something, to be able to have the strength and confidence to release any fears around that, around dealing with people where you're uncertain or there are fears. So we've got the moon there. Let's clarify that. So fears of judgment and being criticized, being attacked, stuff like that. You might want to release fears of that, to do with that potentially. So we've got the King of Pentacles again. Nope, that was too many. I will keep, no, I'm not going to keep them actually. Okay, I'm getting yes, I've got to keep them. So we've got the Emperor. Again, I keep saying the King of Pentacles for me is the closest energy to the Emperor out of all the kings, even though I know he's Aries and the King of Wands is fire, and you'd think fire and fire, but nope, I feel the King of Pentacles. But anyway, let's get one more. I feel like this is telling you not to fear the unknown, with the moon coming up twice, and then you've got the King of Pentacles again. I said that's somebody who's very stable, grounded. The Emperor, I mean, they're a boss, even bigger boss than the King of Pentacles, aren't they? Very in control. It's the capability, isn't it, to deal with people who bring negativity into your path, being very capable. With that Knight of Pentacles, still being able to learn in the process as well. Because even if you are the strongest, most badass person, there's bound to be someone on the planet that could still kind of mess with your confidence a bit, or, you know, there's still somebody that can get to you somehow, even if you are the most confident person in the world. Anything else? Let's get one more. One more. So you've got the Four of Wands. I mean, that's maintaining a strong foundation, is it? Being able to maintain a strong foundation no matter what happens. I will look at that Page of Wands. It might be a case of continuing to learn and explore your identity in this to maintain a strong foundation, and to be confident in who you are. But let's have a look at that Page of Wands. Oh, it's just that classic thing, isn't it, of trusting your intuition. Trusting your intuition. I would say it's learning more about yourself, actually, with the Page of Wands, High Priestess and Justice there. It's learning more about yourself so that you can, your life feels more fair, and in the way that you deal with people feels more fair as well. So I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to get you a final message. And I really feel like I'm going to put a message in Aquarius's video to kind of say, you may want to watch Cancer. It's very similar, but it's just a lot clearer and shorter. Although I'm sure there's something in there that's different and relevant for them as well. It just was a lot. It was a lot. Aquarius is a very complex, fascinating energy. Right, final message. Whoop, nope. Try that again. Final message for Cancerians, please. Final message of guidance for Cancerians, please. Yeah, I will take both of those because I feel they're very relevant. So we have integrity. You demonstrate the truth and honesty of your soul and manifest love with your every action. And commitment. You dedicate yourself to your beliefs wholeheartedly, knowing that love is the essence of your very being. So I'll read them from the book, and I feel like they're just going to explain pretty much what I've been saying. So let's look at the integrity card first of all. It says, there is a great chasm between believing in something and demonstrating it to the world. Walk your talk is the mantra of this card that bridges the gap. You can read every spiritual book available, but if you don't practice what you've accepted in your heart, then it is all for naught. Is it naught or nout? Naught, we'll say. Holding love and compassion as the cornerstones of your belief system is very different from manifesting them in the real world. Integrity is a state of wholeness and completeness of being. When all the pieces of your psyche are unified as one, you don't have to try to be compassionate, you just are. A person with integrity follows through on their commitments. If you tend to second guess yourself or are filled with conflicting opinions, you might still be struggling to find your authentic self. That's okay. Life is about learning to be a better you. And if you aren't learning something new every day, that's a wasted opportunity. To know whether you are coming from an integrated space, notice your behavior during a time of chaos. If there is a gentle quiet of the mind and a clear path is seen, then love is present. When you come from this center, you are in the moment, not swayed by the past or the future. You shine a beacon of self-assurance that draws all good things to you. So I'm going to move on to the commitment. I'm not going to add anything to it because I just feel it says what it says and it's relevant. So commitment card. So this to me is commitment to yourself, isn't it? And what you're learning and evolving. So it says, by trusting, respecting and loving all that you broadcast your clear readiness to do the work necessary to manifest your intentions. When you can come from a place of strong commitment and combine that with a strong sense of self, it sends a precise message to the universe that you are engaged and ready for lessons. In this way, you are also developing faith in yourself as you move closer to manifestation. There will always be others questioning your priorities. Bless them with the understanding that your commitment is to you only. No one else is meant to understand it, for it is truly your personal journey of self-discovery and healing. Never concern yourself with what others might think of you, for your light is different, and perhaps you will now ignite someone else's devotion to follow their soul's calling. You stand out from a crowd with your ability to clearly commit to what you want, enabling your wishes and desires to manifest quickly. Again, I don't have anything to add to that. I feel like it just explains itself so well. So I'll leave your messages there, Cancer. I quite like this reading. So as usual, feel free to like, share or comment on the video. You're welcome to subscribe to the channel as well. If you want to book a personal reading, see the description box for information on how to do that. And thank you very much for watching the video. And until the next reading, take care.